As I said, Mikev is under renovations, so enjoy this coal fire and all.
Awesome.
So let's get straight to business. We are going to be discussing the diplomatic strategy for the Khuzait Khanate going forward into this new year.
Nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear war. First things first, we're going to talk about our policy with our neighbors, starting from the north to the south with Sturgia. Sturgia, get off our land, please. Get out of Baltigon.
I want it back.
Kill them.
We'll kick them out.
If you
Destroy them.
Good enough.
if you want any alliances against the north or against any of your enemies, you will immediately leave Balticon and you will immediately leave Dinar Castle. You will surrender everything to me and my Khanate. And I'm not going to give you anything in return. You'll be lucky if we don't invade you, in fact.
That's a pretty good deal.
That is a very
Glory to the
gracious
Khuzait.
deal.
That's
I
fucking
think seems like a very fair deal.
Hell yeah.
Maybe a little too fair.
Yeah.
I
Glory
don't
to the
think they're
cartoon.
gonna go for that.
Or to cartoon.
If you do not leave, we are going to not only retake our city, retake all of our land, but we will be forming a campaign into your land. We will take everything from Tial to Sibir to every other city to the west until you are nothing more than a vassal of our Khanate.
Fuck yeah.
So,
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
honestly, I don't think they're going to go for that.
Well,
Fuck them.
Yeah, bro.
we'll make them.
That's their
We'll
loss.
fucking make them. That's right,
Watch
exactly.
out.
So I think that's pretty clear.
Alright. Awesome.
Next, we're going to go to the North Empire. So,
Great people.
great people. So, recently, the North Empire has, seen a bit of reason and has given us a treaty in an attempt to be allies with us. We do appreciate this. We do appreciate how the Calradic Republic has attempted to some degree to make up for their previous aggression against our Khanate. However, we will only be willing to accept a alliance against the Sturgians and the so-called Southern Empire for now. We have been asked for an alliance against Batanians, and for now our approach to the Batanians will be one of neutrality, but we can discuss that later based on something I will bring up later in this meeting. So, any comments from Northern diplomats, other Khuzaites?
I mean, yeah, that sounds fair. I mean, fuck those sturgeons. Get them out. That's all I have to say about
Fuck
that.
the Sturgians. Valandians hate
Sturgians.
Sturgians.
Why are the sturgeons allowed in our camp?
Kick
Given the
them out.
close defeat of the Northern Empire in the last event, I believe that they're worthy of being an ally with, and they will be able to help us in the future against the Blue Menace.
Get to Sturgia.
Alright, so, moving on to the so-called Southern Empire. So, with the change in leadership of the South, the murder of Arenikos' wife, Regia, and the clear status as a mere puppet to the legate Leonidas that era is now in, we will no longer be recognizing the legitimacy of the Southern Empire as a imperial remnant. In fact, going forward, we will no longer be referring to them as the, quote, Southern Empire, but the Parasic Kingdom, given that they are nothing more than a collection of bandit nobles who have seized power in rightful imperial land.
Surat.
Rightful imperial land.
True.
So
and
true.
I think like we should help the Empire by taking those lands back and helping them manage it because they failed to do that, of course.
That's
What a brilliant
That's
idea.
a
That's
good
true.
idea.
That is
Good.
As a good friend to the true Empire and a bringer of law and order, I will take my troops to the south, and we will destroy any rebels we find and bring law to the land once more.
Glory to the cartoon.
glory.
Glory
to the
cartoon.
Come, let us speak for the laws in the land of the people.
That is that. Fuck this other.
Alright, finally.
Fucking press.
Now for the Aserai. The Aserai have proven to be good allies against the south. We love the Aserai, here in the Khanate. However, I do have a few issues with them. First of all, it was their attack on our Khanate that caused us to lose Erzanor Castle, which is now under the hands of the Parasic Kingdom.
Traitors.
So, if the Aserai want to continue being allies of ours against the Parasic Kingdom, we demand a demilitarization of the border between our lands and Husenfolk. Essentially, all lands to the west of the Nar al-Khal's River there will be no more troops from the Aserai there. Additionally, I want everything east of the Tiagis River, which is the second river to the east of the Husenfolk, by the way, to be abandoned by the Aserai and given to the Khanate for the sake of continued peace between our kingdoms.
What's even east of that river?
We demand
True.
reparations.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Villages.
So true.
That is true. They
New
did occupy
New
Erzurum
Khuzait
for
land.
a
That's
time.
what.
Those rats.
How would they defend themselves from the Parasics?
We'll defend them, easy.
True.
Base.
What a
True.
what
Our
a grace
horses are
con.
fast enough. We have many horses. Could easily assemble an army if the Parasic try to do any incursion with Husenfolk. Of course.
Of course. We will give the Sultan 1 month to leave those lands and to disarm any troops along that border. And if this is not done, then I cannot promise continued peace between our kingdoms.
The croutons will be done.
Glory.
Do the Aserai
What a
diplomats have
graceful
anything to say about that?
Yeah, this
It doesn't
remote.
appear there are any.
No comment.
They tremble in fear of your demands, O Khuzait.
So true. So true.
What a
I
graceful
will say-
crouton.
The
I
East was
distrust
going
the
here.
leadership
No-
of
no
Sultan
comment.
Makid, and I know that there's other figures within the Sultanate that are aspiring to become leader, and I feel like they may be worthwhile to support when the time comes if
Coffee for
Sultan Makid refuses to give us back our rightful reparations.
coffee for leader of Asra.
If indeed there are any pashas within the Aserai Sultanate who are willing to rise up against the Sultan, especially in the event that our demands are not met, we will be happy to assist a change in leadership within the Aserai.
Understood.
Glory.
Glory.
Certainly.
Go to Gatun.
The Khanate.
Very
Glory
good.
to the cartoon.
Who's beating this
Glory
way?
to the
Glory.
cartoon. Stop being that
All
dead
right.
horse.
Alright, if there's nothing else, we can move on to diplomacy with our not neighbors, those further away from our Khanate. Starting with our policy towards Britannia and Valandia.
Valandia sick, Britannia EU.
Well, that's a bit rude.
The
So,
Britannians are
our-
alright,
True.
but-
Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
The Britannians have showed aggression towards Valandia. How could you support such an aggressive nation that sides with Stygia?
Let her speak, bruh.
This is
Yeah,
not
this
your
is not
meeting.
your this is not your diplomacy bean. Just stay silent.
Our policy towards Britannia and Vlandia will, for the moment, continue to be one of neutrality. Though our current relations with Britannia are a bit rocky, a bit unfriendly, we would prefer that our relations with the two kingdoms continue to be amicable. However, I have noticed that Britannia has started to side with Sturgia, the very people who currently occupy Sionen as well as Balticon. And so I will tell Britannia this: if you continue to side with both the Southern Empire, or the Parasic Kingdom, as well as Sturgia, then we will have no choice but to seek closer relations with our Valandian friends and assist them to go further into your territory.
The cartoons will be done.
Glory to the cartoon.
Glory to the
Glory
cartoon.
to the cartoon.
Glory.
If any Britannians want the chance to speak on that, they can now.
Yeah, if I may speak, my cartoon.
Of course, go ahead.
Yeah, so obviously we've had a relationship of neutrality or sort of being allies for a while, and we'd like to keep things at least stable for now. We do regret that we have to ally with Sturgia, but it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy because Vlandia has shown to be very aggressive towards us, and as you know, we just lost Carbon Saf to them. And you were allied with them at that battle, which we don't hold that against you. I know at the time we were very angry, but we're willing to move on from that and maintain neutrality. But it's sort of hard for us to not find allies close to us, like Sturgia, who are motivated to fight the Vlandians when we are so heavily, outnumbered by aggressive neighbors. So it's sort of a difficult position for us because we would like to maintain our relationship with you, but at the same time, that alliance with Vlandia is sort of what forces us to ally with Sturgia against the Vlandians.
Well, I have sympathy for your situation. I really do. And so I will give Vitania the chance to make things right. You will not side with Sturgia against us. And that is all that is required for us to maintain neutrality between one another.
Okay, I will take that offer to Bobby, and we will come to you after we've had time to deliberate on what our position will be. Thank you.
Can I ask for a
Very
little
good.
bit more detail on that? So you said that that would guarantee neutrality. If we sided with you against Sturgia, would that mean then that you would not side with Vlandia against us?
The matter of whether I will side with Valandia or Britannia will depend entirely on what one has to offer, or in the event that both offers are seen as generally equal, we will promise to wait until the sides are already decided and side with those who have the least amount of allies.
Gotcha. So it's a guarantee on our end, but not on this end.
I'll put it this way as well.
Peace.
At the moment, for territorial concerns, neither of you are a territorial factor in any way, shape, or form. So, neutrality for us is probably the best thing because we have no direct stake in the game either way. When it comes to you two.
Yeah, I understand that. I just more so mean that on our end, it's not neutrality; it's a guarantee. And that deal. But we can move on.
Well, it is not neutrality in regards to fight in Valandia. However, we will continue to assist you against Sturgian aggression, as well as potentially the matter of aggression from the Calradic Republic, but that will have to depend on whether Britannia assists Sturgia in attacking our lands further.
Can I ask for one more question for clarification?
Of course.
So aside from assisting, guaranteeing we won't assist Sturgia against you, is there any sort of objection to us assisting Sturgia in other battles?
I have no objection to you assisting Sturgia in other battles. I only care about how it affects me personally.
Understood. Just want to clarify. Thank you.
All right. Very cool. So, now for the matter of our last ally, the Western Empire.
West is so
On
big.
the matter of the Western Empire, I have a bit more words to say than a quick rundown, as I have given the other kingdoms. So, who here was a veteran of the Battle of Pendraic?
Probably.
No one? Okay.
I was at the battle, my lord.
A couple of people.
Katu.
A couple of people.
A few were, yeah.
I too was there. I fought there, and I remember the events that followed that disastrous battle. How the Khuzait mercenaries, despite being the best performing mercenaries on the Imperial side, despite covering the retreat from the decimated Aserai, on the march home were completely decimated by a series of, diseases, hunger, bad weather conditions, and general misfortune that nearly completely wiped out the Kurgit clan. And I also remember how when we returned, we received news that Arenikos would not be paying our mercenaries for the work they did at Pendraic.
Disappointing.
Very disappointing. But in the end, we were paid. Not only the mercenaries that lived, but the families of those who lost their fathers or their husbands at the Battle of Pendraic. And the one who gave us that payment was none other than Strategos Garios. And so from that moment forward, the West had proven to be valuable allies to our Khanate. So, aside from just paying us, we agree with the West's philosophy that it should be the decision of the soldiers, of their legions, on who should be the emperor of the Calradic Empire. My own role was decided when my soldiers overthrew our ineffective leader and placed me on the throne. So why shouldn't we consider the West to be allies in this respect? And so I think it is time we made our alliance official. I would suggest a treaty with the Western Empire that will formally make us allies in every respect. We are willing to assist them in restoring the Empire from the rebellious Jurassic Kingdom and assisting them in battle against the Calradic Republic. Furthermore, we will assist them in invasions from the Aserai Sultanate, and we will, if they will disregard their current alliance with Sturgia and assist us against them, we will consider helping them against both Britannia and Valandia. If any of the West Empire would like to respond to this, feel free.
So, while it is a very fair and fine offer, Compton, the bit about he was a little bit too excited. The bit about they're all a little bit excited. The bit about abandoning our alliance with Sturgia will not fly with the soldiers. They have formed many bonds fighting with them and vice versa in the various shield walls we have enjoyed. I can fully agree to an alliance of aid for aid against both remnants of the Empire along with the Aserai in the south. But I think when it comes to the matter of Sturgia on your end and the matter of Britannia and Valandia on our end, I think we can come to a similar agreement as what you just proposed to the Britannian, where if the sides were to come to blow, the others remain neutral until we see which side has less support, and then throw the support along with the others with no hard feelings between us.
That could be fair. Be fair. The question is, if you are only applying this to Sturgia, then it would be only fair for us to apply this to one other kingdom as well, either to Britannia or to Valandia.
That is very fair. I agree with that. I would have to consult a little bit, but I would be very much willing for that to be against Landia. And I would not. I know of your recent decision to anger some of the Britannians, and I will not prevent you from trying to amend relationships.
All right. So, since we're all here, I'll give either a Britannian or Verlandian diplomat the chance to try and convince me whether or not I should keep neutrality with your kingdom or the other in regards to our alliance with the West.
Well, I traveled long and far to be here at this meeting. I will say that you will get no good arrangements from Deus on the front of Landia and the matter of Sturgia. Quite frankly, he's bound to the Sturgians just as the North Imperials are bound to my causes, and I find it very hard to believe that he would ever truly abandon them in any battle, even against you. So, in my firm opinion, it is of the betterment for the Khuzaits to maintain their current policies of mostly support for Valandia, in which case we have been very much willing to give you support in nearly all your battles with the exclusion of the North Empire. We are on quite similar terms as that of the West Empire, so quite frankly, we see no reason for you to commit yourself to their forces against us in any which matter.
Glory to the king.
Thank you, King Derther. Would any Britannians like to speak?
Yeah, I just want to have a question. What would it take? In terms of an offer, what do you, as a starting offer, have in mind would convince you for neutrality towards Britannia? Is there anything more besides the guarantee that we wouldn't age Sturgia against you?
Well, that would be a good start. But for now, admittedly, I have just as much reason to assist Britannia as I do Vlandia. No disrespect of Vlandia, but you are both very distant kingdoms. You are both potential allies that we would like to remain amicable with. The only difference between you currently is that Britannia is angrier at us right now.
I think, personally speaking, we were very upset about, the siding with Landia. But I fully believe that as a whole, we are more than willing to look past that in terms of coming together to make a deal. I don't think especially Bobby, was upset with what happened, but I don't think Bobby is going to hold that against you in terms of further deals. So if you're worried about sort of a grudge being held in terms of future interactions, I wouldn't worry so much about it.
All right. So, I will say that I will trust Basilius that he will seek neutrality with Sturgia against us. In regards to what King Derthert said about not trusting to join my forces with him against Vlandia, I will say that this is not really any different than Vlandia's decision to join forces with the Calradic Empire, or Republic, rather. If we have one ally on your border, and we will agree to help in any battle, then I think it is fair for you to have an ally on our border that you will help. And so we generally stay equal in terms of what we are willing to give and take from one another. So the question of whether we will go forward with this treaty is, we're still going to be allies with the West Empire. We still recognize them as the rightful empire, and we will still assist them in reconquering the lost territories of the Calradic Empire.
Would you like to shake on it?
Sure.
Get moving!
okay.
It was a
Close
secret
enough.
diplomatic handshake.
The brawl.
That's how they do it.
Yeah.
Surgeons will love to hear about this.
Glory to
Yeah.
the cartoon.
Glory to the cartoon.
Glory to the
Glory to the
Glory to
cartoon.
And the true
Basileus.
heirs of the Empire.
The
Deus
cartoon.
Topos.
And the true heirs of the Empire.
The Republic?
Wrong. Get out.
I look forward to dismantling the rest of the Empire remnants with you,
Likewise, I look forward to the fall of the Parasite Kingdom and the
Get him out.
and the pacification of the Calradic Republic. So, that lays out our current diplomatic strategy. We will have to discuss further, I think, the neutrality between Valandia and Britannia. Currently, if Britannia does not, if Britannia chooses to side with Sturgia, as I said, against us to defend Balticon, our rightful territory, then it will be pretty easy for us to decide to just side with Valandia in the future,
As is fair.
as is fair.
I mean, I just want to make a point that Khuzaits have already sided against an enemy of ours to take our territory, so it is sort of, I don't know, hard in our opinion to see it as just plain fair after that. But I will take the deal with Bobby, and as Pim said, I mean, we're basically given a guarantee that we won't help Sturgia on our end for the promise that maybe we'll get assistance against Valandia in the future. So, I don't know, from a lot of angles, it can look difficult on us to make a decision on that favorable to the Khuzait. But we'll look at what's in our best interest as well and talk more about it in the future.
I completely understand. I understand Britannia's position. But if you truly see it as a bad deal to not help us against Sturgia, then we have no choice but to seek closer relations with Valandia.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
All right, very good. So, any last questions, comments, concerns?
So when are we going to retake the land that the South Empire has taken? Or the Parasite Kingdom, rather?
Well, I think that the time for the Hordes to go to war against the Parasite Kingdom and to put down their rebellion once and for all, to retake the lands they have stolen from the Khanate, is coming very soon.
Aye. You are done.
Who's ready to put down some rebels?
Death to the south.
Me. Oh.
Glory to the
He
continent.
gave a hearty drink and then collapsed.
Ah, he'll be fine.
All
I'm
right.
excited about raiding the south.
True, he had a heart attack.
He's hibernating. Wake him up and
So,
invade the south.
with all that being said, death to all rebels, death to the Parasite Kingdom, death to Sturgia, and glory to the Khanate.
Glory to the Khanate.
Glory to the Khanate.
Glory to the continent.
Glory.
Alright,
All right, now get out of here.
let's close the assembly, let's go. Over. Oh, fuck, it's over.
Hey man, calm down. Hey man.
What the fuck, Jam? How could you?
Sorry, it was too tempting.
So, I had friendly banners turned off, I couldn't even
Here's the
tell
next one.
It was me and it was
Oh fuck.
Alright.